vibe with it, vibe with it. Be cool, just move with the groove. No funk in here, the beat way too smooth. Let's just do what we came to do. Just vibe with it, vibe with it, vibe with it.
Hello, I'm Radical Colossus, the world's strongest communist. And that's what I'm here to talk about today. Strength! How to get buff! How to get ripped! No, but really, I'm here to talk about how to get rich in 30 days. No, I'm not here to talk about that. Okay, I'm here to talk about communism, and what communism is, and more importantly, what it isn't. What people have you believe is communism is what existed in the former USSR. The USSR never claimed to be communist. They claimed to be socialist, and that claim is dubious at best. A prerequisite for socialism are the workers owning the means of production, owning all private property. And what does that mean? There's a difference between private property and personal property. Personal property is your cell phone, your jacket, your fleshlight, all of those things that you hold near and dear to you. And private property is the things that we use to produce. Whether it's the farms that grow the crops that we eat, or the factories that make our iPhones and fleshlights, that is private property. When people talk about how private property needs to be abolished and ownership of property needs to be abolished, that's what they're talking about. They're not talking about, oh, everyone can drive your car if they feel like it, and everyone can sleep in your house if they want. So a prerequisite for being a socialist country is that the workers own the means of production, the things that produce. They own the stores that they work in, the factories that they work in, and the fields that they work in. In the Soviet Union, or in China, or in Cuba, or wherever you want to pick, the workers never owned the places that they worked. Instead, the state owned the places that they worked. While that's different from capitalism, it's not socialism. You can call it whatever you want, call it state socialism or state capitalism or any of these wiggle words to try to get away from it, but it was not socialism. Socialism is not a big guy at the top or even a select group of big guys who know what's best for us, ruling over us. It's us ruling over ourselves. The reason that we all seem to accept that the USSR and others were communist is the USSR and the United States both had a vested interest in making us believe that. The USSR could say, oh, don't you know, we're ruling in your best interest. We're communists. We come from a long tradition of ruling in your best interest. We come from a long tradition of people who care about you as a person and as a worker. So the USSR was validated by this traditional connection with communism. And the United States, on the other hand, said, oh, well, this is what communism is. Look at the USSR. People don't have a microwave and a TV. They don't even have a fleshlight. Do you want to live that way? No, of course not. You want to live in good old-fashioned capitalism, where you have 2 bedrooms, 2 kids, 2 fleshlights, 2 dicks. You have anything that you could ever dream or desire. So both sides of the Cold War benefited from people having that ideology. And in the United States especially, people have clung to that. The Red Scare is still there. You gotta worry about it. Communism's always encroaching. So then, what is capitalism? Is it a free market? Is it individuals working hard and achieving things? Is it ingenuity and merit being rewarded? No, I'm afraid it's not. Capitalism means there's an owner and the owned. The people in the factory who do all of the work and who make all of the profits no longer have access to it. They're under the exclusive will of whoever happens to have enough money to own the company that they work under. Communism means you and your fellow workers sit down together and make the decisions. You as a worker get to make decisions in the workplace, and you as a citizen get to make decisions regarding citizenry. It's democracy, and it's not only political democracy, it's economic democracy. Instead of a top-down structure, where you have no say in what you do, how you do it, and what you get for it. You are now an active part in the entire production process. You decide what you do with the profits. You decide how you're going to sell it. You decide who's going to get the things that you sell. And the political and the economic are tied together. As a citizen, you can say, do I want that factory spewing waste into the lake where my kids swim? No, I don't. As a worker, you can say, is it worth the price of polluting the neighborhood I live and work in to make this product this way? What serves the best need? What serves me? What serves my community? Whereas in capitalism, the only thing driving production, driving decision-making, is profit. What will give us the most money? I don't care if I'm polluting a river thousands of miles away from my office in New York City. All I care about is polluting that river going to make me money? So communism is much different than what you have conceived about it, most likely. And with my channel, I'm going to take you through what is communism, what does it mean for you, and why do we need it? And also, I'll post naked pictures. So